What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I want to talk to you today about a few discs we've got coming out later on this week. Thursday, March 26th, 11 a.m. Central Time, we are going to release the last 4 Lucid-X Tour Series, Team Series discs, however you want to call them. And I wanted to talk to you about those discs today. Up first is the Melton Maverick. This disc is amazing. I would call it an understable disc, but not so understable that players with bigger arms cannot throw this disc. This is a great utility disc. It's an amazing flying disc, actually. For me, I love throwing it on a hyzer, letting it flip the flat, and it just goes straight. The one thing I take away from this disc is that I can trust it. I know what it's going to do. I know that I can trust it on my hyzer line, that I prefer everything, releasing everything with a hyzer, so I know that I can trust it, and I know when I throw it with a hyzer, it will flip the flat and ride straight. And no surprise here that Melton went with the Maverick. When you think about the Maverick, you really think about Zach. You know, the Melton Maverick is become one of our more popular molds. It's become a staple in a lot of players' bags for obvious reasons, and I think you guys should go pick one of these up, support Zach. Good friend of mine, great dude. Keep him out there on the road. We love seeing that lefty out there touring. And yeah, Zach. Next up is the Felon, the Eric Oakley Felon. He went back to the Lucid Ex Felon for obvious reasons. This disc is just overstable. It definitely just wants to go to the left, as you can see in this video. For me, it's not necessarily a disc that I'll reach for a lot of times during my round, but I absolutely will if the wind is up, or if I just need something to go left, or if I want to throw a nice forehand, which, you know, me, doesn't happen a whole lot, but I do know I can trust this disc and throw a good forehand with it, so that's one thing, I suppose. But nobody throws the Felon like Eric Oakley. He's got just a mash backhand and a solid forehand, super underrated forehand, actually. And no surprise that he went with the Felon again this year. It's just such an amazing disc. Super flat this year, and just as overstable as you can imagine. So anyone can throw this disc, and I highly, highly recommend you go out and pick one up and support Mr. Eric Oakley. Next up, we've got Paige. Paige Shue went with the Sheriff this year, and she had the Getaway last year and decided that the Sheriff is a disc she wanted to go with this year. I love the Sheriff. I love this move. The high speed, big rim, masher disc. I know a lot of you are probably thinking Sheriff, it's probably going to be just flippy, kind of like some of the Sheriff runs. But no, that's not the case at all. These came out relatively flat and is pretty beefy, I would say. It rivals the Ballista Pro as far as stability goes, distance goes, and feel goes, as far as how it feels in the hand and how it has a nice consistent release out of my hand. I'm loving it. As you can tell, this one's probably pretty dirty because it's right out of my bag. So it's right out of the bag, right back in the bag. So it's definitely one that I've been loving. Well done, Paige. Nice work on going with the Sheriff. I think it's going to be a very, very popular disc. And everybody needs to go pick one of these up this Thursday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time at Dynamic Discs. Make sure you pick it up. The last disc that I'm going to just briefly discuss, because I'm going to do a whole video about it itself, the EMac Truth. Can't say enough good things. As all of you already know, this is my disc. This is the disc I rave about, I talk about, I comment about. I have a disc named after me, so obviously I'm going to support the heck out of it. These came out with a little bit of a dome to them, nice and beefy. Like I said, I'm going to do a whole nother video just on the EMac Truth, get a couple players throwing it, and show you guys that on a different video. So make sure that you are like and subscribed to my channel so you can see that content. I'll be giving one of these away as well. And yeah, I can't say enough good things about these players, especially this time, at this day and age, so to speak. What's going on in the world right now? What we need is support for these players. Their income is kind of kind of, you know, a big portion of a lot of these players' income is playing tournaments, selling discs, and these Tour Series discs absolutely help that. So you can help them by purchasing one of them. We had the AJ Risley Wardens release a couple weeks ago, the Chris Clemens Verdicts release a couple weeks ago as well, and then the whole Latitude lineup release last week. This week is these 4 discs I just talked about. Please go out and purchase them. If you can't pick one up at DD, if it's too quick, find another retailer. They're out there. Check with your local retailer, and if they don't have them, ask why they don't have them. Have them bring them in, and let's support all these players. Let's support all these pros, and get a little extra money in their pocket. So thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Watch for that EMac video to drop soon. And like I said, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And we got a lot of fun things going up this week. And we'll see you next time.